Well, hello there. On this not live edition of Love Travel, Live Travel, Delta is upping its lounge game big time. And we're setting sail with the original cast of The Love Boat. That and a lot more on this episode of Love Travel, Live Travel. Why, hello there, and welcome to Love Travel, Live Travel. I am one of your hosts, Joshua Harrell, joined by the Jason Block.
How you doing, Joshua?
I am doing well, and even though we are not broadcasting live, we still have a very nice, lively studio audience that, can we get a round of applause? Yay, they are even starting to do the wave. Yes, we are not live because the internet went out. So I think it's amazing that we can still film a show without internet.
Well, this is a crazy modern time we live in. So let's get to it, huh?
Exactly.
Did you have a good week?
I
did. Throw you off.
Yeah, you did throw me off a little bit. This is the part where I talk and you threw me off. That's why we have a run of shit. No, yeah, I did have a good week. What about you?
I had a great week. It was a very busy week getting ready to Bon Voyage. See, I don't have a run of show.
That's okay.
No run of show on my
didn't
stack.
Want one, so.
So I will just continue to throw you off at every turn.
So you are leaving us. You are on a 12:30 flight to Africa, right?
As soon as this show is over, we are throwing the kids in the suitcase. I mean, the suitcase is in the car, and we are heading first to Egypt. So I will be flying for the next 97 hours. Yeah! Not quite, but...
That's fantastic. And this is not your first time to Africa. But
it is not.
This is your first time doing Tanzania. Right?
No, I've been to Tanzania before.
Oh, why did I think this whole thing was new?
No.
Okay. I wish I could say I've even been to Africa. I haven't. So maybe someday.
You never know.
I don't know if I could do 97 hours on
it's
any
not
kind of flight.
But it
could feel like
it is 3 flights.
That weekend round trip to Hawaii was a bit much for me. So
that's no joke either, though.
Yeah, that was more than I wanted.
Weekend round trip to Hawaii from the East Coast is not.
Yeah, not fun. Not fun. So we do not have internet, but we are still going to bring you our lovely show. However, you are going to miss out on one of our guests. We did have our Velma joining us this week, but she'll be back next time. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. Make sure you get notified when we are truly live, right?
That's right.
And if you are new to Love Travel, Live Travel, this is the show for all of us who have loved travel so much that we've chosen to live in travel and make it our way of life. So that's why we get to have a little bit of fun. We get to celebrate wins, challenges, and just general discussion all around being in the travel business. That is the most long-winded description of the show. And I am in marketing. I am very proud of that.
I love it, and I'm gonna live it.
You're loving and living it, right?
Yeah, girl.
So, I guess I don't want to say a posthumous, but a post type of poll question.
Yeah.
So just drop it in the comments whenever you do watch it. We wanted to ask, what musical artist or band would you pay to travel to go see? And the caveat is you cannot say Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Swifties.
I mean, I feel like that would have been 98% of the answers.
This is a hard question, actually.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that mine would be Cyndi Lauper because...
Current Cyndi Lauper?
Current Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, we're not traveling in time.
Okay.
This is who we'd pay to travel to see. Like, we're just traveling to see a concert.
Okay.
So I'd say Cyndi Lauper because she's on her farewell tour. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard why this is farewell, but I think she's just like, I'm done. She's been doing it a long time.
Right.
So that would be mine, and she's just been making the talk show rounds, so that's kind of why
Okay.
it was pretty easy for
Have
me.
you ever seen Cyndi Lauper before?
Yes, I saw her open.
Is she good?
She is, see, the thing is because you think of her back in the 80s, you're like, oh, that's when she did her stuff.
Right.
She's been performing ever since then, and she has an amazing voice. I saw her open for Tina Turner at the amphitheater here, south of Atlanta, and I'm like, oh, whatever, Cyndi Lauper. And then I was like, oh my God, Cyndi Lauper, what the heck is that? Yeah, pretty amazing.
Interesting. I would not have expected that choice.
Okay. But what would yours be?
Oh, God. See.
So I don't know what kind of music you like. I've only heard you play Jimmy Buffett.
Well, and he's dead now, so there goes that.
Yeah, can't do that. What about the girls in the elevator? What do you
The
do?
Norse Nuts. No. I you know what? I'm going to pick a band only because I've never seen them and I like to.
Okay.
Metallica.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't connect to that one, but they've been around forever. Are they
Yeah.
still touring?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I would
I
imagine
think
they
so.
are. Yeah,
I
I would
imagine
imagine
so.
they are. Yeah, but
Yeah.
so when you fill this, when you answer this
Mhm.
after the fact, because it won't be live, just remember you can't say Taylor Swift. I'm
Or if you do,
just
people will
saying.
make fun of you mercilessly.
I want evil emojis, and the YouTube emojis are kind of bizarre. So I'm like, not really keen on those. But anyway, but there's our emojis. So that's just a friendly reminder from producer Evan that please like and love our show. Please like and love our show. And I don't know what the money's about, but anyway. So in the news this week, Delta is talking about how it is upgrading their lounges.
Yeah, the new Delta Delta One Lounge in Kennedy.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of this thing?
I have. I saw I saw renderings of it.
It looks pretty swanky.
Yeah.
It looks pretty swanky. It's outfit with, a spa, a full sit-down restaurant. There's a deck that overlooks the airfield. And it's just for Delta One passengers or Delta 360 members.
Which Delta? Please invite me to be a 360
Come on,
member.
Ed,
I didn't even
hook
know
us
it
up.
existed. And then when they switched back to the Zone 1, Zone 2, whatever, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, we still have a secret zone. I'd like to invite Delta 360 members. And
They
I'm like,
whisper it.
who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I want to see who you are. I want to know how you get invited.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and then it said invitation only.
Yeah.
So.
And but look, I mean, if you've been in any of the lounges over the last couple years, they're all just packed, right? And all of the airlines are competing for those premium customers, right? That's where the profit's coming from. And new lounges like this are one more way they can try to compete for that. Delta's done a really good job, having trying to build out a premium price product, and as they compete for these premium customers, which again is where they're driving their profit, that competition means there's more opportunities for agencies and advisors who are selling premium tickets, because as long as airlines are fighting over those passengers, as long as you're working with an agency, as long as you have a good air program for premium commissions on premium tickets like we do, couldn't resist that little cheap plug.
Was subtle.
Yeah. Well, look, it's true. As long as that competition is there, huge opportunities for increased earnings.
Yeah.
So, I see things like this, and that tells me that airlines have no intention of anytime soon stopping competition for that upfront traffic.
Right.
Which spells very good news for the whole advisor community.
Right.
And if you're not selling air, my gosh, why not?
Well, as our Velma would say, you're not a full service
That's right.
agency if you're
right.
not selling air.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we were talking about this earlier, and I confused myself.
Okay.
Because the lounge I was in, I thought it was a BA lounge, and it was an Air France lounge.
Okay.
And it was similar in this concept. It was so fancy, had a Clarence spa. And I was thinking, I mean, I have some time, but I don't have time for a facial, or do I? Like, I mean, if that's ever on offer. So, but BA's Lounge in Heathrow, phenomenal. Everybody is upping the game, and I've been in the basic Sky Lounge at or Delta Sky Club in LAX, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it feels nicer than most restaurants and bars that you'd go to.
Yeah.
So it does make a difference, and I know you are not a member of the Sky Club, but I'm telling you, like, it's worth it. I mean, if you divide up how many times you're at the airport and how much that costs, all you can eat, all you can drink, yeah, it's worth it. Just saying.
I just never arrive early enough to
That's true.
find out.
Uh-oh, there's just forehead.
We don't have lined up, so I'm going to talk. I have a question for you. Do you think
Okay.
do you think travel advisors are going to have people book their flights for later in the day with the idea that some people might want to go to lounges and hang out for a little while, even if it's more expensive to fly
that's
later,
interesting.
later in the day?
So
Like-
I'll repeat the question since Evan's mic was not on.
Yeah.
Do we think that travel advisors or clients will look to fly earlier in the day just to allow for some time to hang out in the lounge? I bet you there's people that already do that. I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, if you make the lounge, the more of an experience you make that, then that can start to justify even higher premium price over main cabin.
Yeah.
I think it's like anything in travel. People are willing to pay for an exclusive experience, almost of any kind, right?
Yeah.
And so that would not shock me at all.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, just on the you're talking about the showers. There's 8 shower suites complete with robes and slippers. I'm like, I would hope there are robes and slippers. That starts to get into it.
Look,
an
I get
area.
the whole idea of long international flights and you got connection layovers, but do you want to shower at the airport?
Well, I think for business travelers, though, I mean, there is
Okay, if you're
benefit
yeah, I mean-
to not losing. You're already losing time traveling, but to kind of freshen up and you
Yeah.
never know. I ended up on a flight with a bunch of people in the travel industry, and I thought I was I was like all in my like bah humbug kind of like grossness, and then all of a sudden people were tapping me. They're like, "Hey, Joshua," and I'm like, "Oh man, I wasn't ready to see people until tomorrow." Like, so I might shower just in case that you might run into somebody.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, that's what's going on. They're upgrading it and planning on doing opening Delta One lounges in Boston and Los Angeles later this year. Yeah. They need to upgrade I mean, we are in Atlanta, and that's the headquarters of Delta. So I'm just going to say that the fact that you have to wait to get into a line, or wait in a line to get in, well, Anyway. What else do you want to talk about?
Did you see we have our first hurricane coming our way?
Oh,
Already?
no.
Yep. First named storm they expect to be a level 1 hurricane
Ooh.
coming to the Windward Islands and kind of in the Caribbean early next week.
Does it have a name?
Where is it? Yes, I think it does.
They have to start with
The
with
A.
an A. So is it like Alicia?
I saw the next one.
Alexander.
The next one was like Bernard or something. Hold on, it's here.
I think they should name it a name that de-emphasizes its power. Like Bernard is saying,
It wasn't Bernard.
You're gonna be
Something
weak.
Like that. Of course I don't have it.
Augustus. That's
We'll come back to it.
okay. We'll come back
But
to
here
it.
was the interesting thing.
We can't look it up on the internet
They-
because we have no internet.
They've been talking, we've been seeing since the wintertime all the temperatures in the Atlantic much higher, right?
Yeah.
So they're predicting a very active storm season this summer. And again, for advisors, that's something to be aware of, right? If you're sending clients to the Caribbean. but it's also what a great selling point to offer third-party travel insurance, right? I mean,
Right.
hey, folks, there's going to be a bunch of storms. Maybe you'll be fine, maybe you won't, but let's make sure we have the right coverage just in case.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought as soon as I saw that. I'm like, insurance.
Yeah.
And I'll find the name.
Okay.
It was
Somewhere in
kind of
there.
funny. It was like, I don't know.
That's okay. I have
Benny or-
some quick hits here.
All right, what you got?
News from the Seven Seas here. We've got Viking Cruises announced that they're going to expand their fleet with 2 more ships. The 2 ships are yet unnamed, but scheduled delivery in 2028 and 29. The latest ship order will continue Viking's commitment to using environmentally friendly fuels and zero-emission power sources. I guess, after the great incident,
Yeah.
where nobody was sailing and everything was on hold, everything was upended.
Yeah.
Nobody was talking about new ships. Now everybody's talking about the order book, and there's only a few places that can
Only a few
manufacture.
shipyards,
Yeah, shipyards. Thank you. But we all know that cruising is been super popular.
Mhm.
But it's saying that all the analysts within all these cruise lines, they're saying it's going to continue
Mhm.
to be this way. So I look at it with a lot of optimism because
Oh, totally.
that's saying
Totally.
they're investing in it. So
Yeah.
there's
And
going to be
look,
more inventory, more options.
It wasn't that long ago where your average American had a very negative perception of cruising. Like it wasn't that, like, the vast majority of people are like, cruising, ugh, why would you ever do that?
Mhm.
And of course there's people who still think that way. But the number of people, and we talked about it a week or two ago, the number of people who are going on a ship for the first time and then saying, yeah, that was a great experience, I'm going to go back, I'm
Mhm.
coming back. That's in part what's fueling this, and then, great value for your dollar. And yeah, I mean, demand looks very strong. I mean, even I'm sure we'll see, cycles of down demand, but over the long term, it looks like it's going to continue.
Right.
So yeah, very, very bullish.
And I like we're using
Bullish.
our stock market terms. Bullish. Very bullish. But also, I think we've talked about generational demands and how Gen Z is all into cruising or
Yeah.
indicating that they're into cruising. So that's also a part of the story, is that it's not just popular and you're seeing the demand now, but there are lots of indicators that this is the
Sustainable.
generations to follow the boomers are
Right.
also getting into it, and just expanding the customer base. So if you sell cruises or you're embarking on selling cruises, full steam ahead.
I love
Kinda,
that.
maybe. But if we want to go back to that time when cruising was like, the Love Boat soon will be making
that show.
another run.
Who's your favorite character on the Love Boat?
Well, Gopher. It was
That was
Gopher.
good.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer, I don't think. They were all great.
Well, but who's yours?
To me, it was a tie
Okay.
between Captain Stubing and Isaac. I don't know why. I love both of them.
Isaac always reminded me of a Muppet because he was
Why?
he was the bartender,
Oh, yeah.
and so he was the only one that had like a permanent place to be.
He was also
I'm
he was
Isaac.
just like
I'm
a
a-
mainstay. Awesome. I'm gonna wear a red tuxedo.
Yeah.
All you other fools can wear white.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a thing, like on
don't
Princess, if they made him wear.
I don't know.
Next time I'm on Princess, I want to see.
But I
do
feel
they
like
have
he'd
to-
be out at the pool bar in a red tux.
Yeah, I think he was. I think that's where he was. So anyway, for those of you who don't know what the Love Boat was, it was a show in 1977 and 1986. I want to say it was on Friday nights because I remember
Mhm, I
watching
think it was.
It was like Fantasy Island and Love Boat,
Exactly.
and it was in that time of television where yes, the stories had to complete within the hour, and then they'd have like a random guest that was relevant to their demographics.
Mhm.
And Charo was in every episode almost, or it was very common for
It
her to be
certainly
there.
seemed that way.
But the Love Boat, it was beaming into our living rooms,
Uh-huh.
and there you saw the princess logo, the stack with the princess on it, and so Princess has been leaning into this forever. I mean, to be honest, probably they never called it Princess Cruise Line. It was just the Love Boat, right? But I mean, that was great promotion for them. But they've been leaning into it for a long time. And I even was on a Princess cruise, and I can't remember Captain Steubing's daughter's name, but she was. I got to meet her,
Okay.
and then see her. Like I got to meet her, and then get to see her the rest of the cruise, which I don't know. It kind of broke the fourth wall. Like it was hard for me to. I'm still having a hard time processing it. But anyway. Princess still embracing it. So they have now said that there's going to be a second themed adventure, which will include Waylon and fellow cast members Bernie Koppel, who is Doc,
Yeah.
Fred Grandy, Gopher, and Ted Lang, Isaac.
Yes.
And Ezra Freeman, known from the reality series The Real Love Boat. So they've done these types of sailings
We're
before.
gonna say known
Huh.
known from the reality series.
Known.
Did you know that was a reality series?
I didn't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I thought maybe sometimes I'm not up on the pop culture, you know.
No,
It's fairly recent.
Okay.
so producer Evan said it's fairly recent in case you haven't heard it, but I here's my take on it is
Yeah, what's your take?
I'm a Gen Xer.
Right.
I was a kid watching The Love Boat. I love the song, but I love my 1970s TV shows, 1980 TV
Mhm.
shows theme songs. But Princess, I just feel like we need to change the song. Like just change.
It's time to move on.
Let it go. Let it go. I want, because Princess does some really cool things.
Yeah.
The puppies in the piazza and all this stuff that they do. They're really cool experiences. And I think to kind of like harken back to the 1970s, like I don't know. What do you think?
I'm on whether they should just drop the Love Boat thing.
Yeah.
It's got such brand equity.
For
But
anybody that was watching between 1977 and 1986.
Well, it's a big part of their demo.
That's true.
But I don't think it does them any favors in selling a modern consumer on trying a cruise. Right?
Okay.
So, because anybody who knows what that show even is,
Yeah.
If they haven't cruised before, even amidst all the modern commercials, right? That's not gonna make me try a cruise. That association,
Right.
and
And moreover, when
maybe
you
I
are
agree with
on
you. Maybe I agree with you.
now, I love Princess. Don't get me wrong. Medallion class, all that. I love it.
Mhm.
But they have it airing 24/7. The show is running 24/7 on the TV in the room, and I've seen all the episodes. I'm good. Now, Buck Rogers, I could maybe take a break for that. Anyway,
Fantasy
that's
Island for sure. That's what we need a channel for. Little Hervé Villachez.
yes,
That guy was awesome.
Ricardo Montalban.
He was awesome too.
Yeah.
So I got something for you.
Okay.
Real quickly. I know you like luxury.
I love luxury.
Love luxury. So in a lot of business class seats, the ones with like the little pods, some of them have the doors, like
Yes.
little doors that slide, right? So Emirates and some of those kind of started with that, but now some domestic carriers have started to adopt that. Well, you won't be able to fly JetBlue then, as a man of luxury. because JetBlue has decided to remove the doors from some of the pods.
Okay.
Why, you ask?
Do I want to know?
Well, apparently, under an FAA rule,
Okay.
having the doors on the pods requires an extra cabin crew to
Really?
make sure that the plane is safe and that the doors are properly closed when they're taxiing and taking off
Yeah.
and all that. So to cut costs, JetBlue, instead of adding a fourth crew member, is just going to remove the doors from the pods.
I
So
thought,
no privacy for you, Joshua?
I thought the doors were
Sorry.
on all of them, and then when I did fly that class,
Yeah.
none of them had the doors. So here I am, fully horizontal,
Uh-huh.
probably drooling,
And you're staring at the
and
person
there's
across the aisle.
hi, how are you doing? Like, no, I don't want that. But so I haven't actually been in a door situation. That would be nice. That would be nice. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Norwegian. We're not talking about the big nude boat. They've got the famous Broadway cruise. It's coming back for another encore. Third year in the row. In a row. NCL is bringing the theater to the high seas. The Broadway Cruise 3 is I can't. It's going to be on the Norwegian Gem. And 4-night round-trip charter sailing out of Miami and call on Cozumel on April 2nd. I know that you're all up on all these Tony Award-winning actors.
The only Tony I know is Tony has done it again.
It feels good. Yeah. We've got Laura Benatti, Shoshana Bean, Wayne Brady. I do know that.
Tony Danza?
No. Ted Danson, maybe. Cassie Levy, and Alex Brightman. A lot of Grammy Award, Emmy, Tony.
Cool.
So it's not the big nude boat,
Well, no.
but it should be fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. If you're...
Yeah, but I feel like if you are gonna do this cruise, you're gonna be like everybody's gonna be jazz hands.
Jazz
in it.
hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you're
When
walking through the hallways.
When you
and it's like,
embark, the captain's greeting you with
it's like,
jazz hands.
are you ready for the Broadway cruise? All right,
They're
that's
gonna
your,
bring your breakfast with like in song,
yeah. And everything's gonna have like a I don't know.
choreographed dance.
Yeah. Oh God, that would be awesome. Like doing the what's it called when you do the
A
you have to-
splash mob.
a splash mob is what producer Evan added. That's why we keep him off camera, but he's good.
That's pretty good.
But what's the thing where you have to do the muster station? You know, you have to watch the video and then go to the
Mustard station.
muster.
Oh, yeah.
Not the mustard station. You know, on NCL they have an assortment of mustards, and you can get your mustard on.
It's the thing you have to do.
Yeah, the thing you have to do. But then when you go and they check and they're scanning you or whatever. But I want to see them dancing. I want to see them doing like
Everything.
bossy.
Everything fancy. Like everything is Robin Williams' character from The Birdcage. Everything.
Everything. It's
Madonna.
so funny that you.
Yeah.
I thought it's so funny that you brought that up because
Why?
there was something on my Instagram
Yeah.
where it had like a side by side with the original movie La Cage aux Folles
Mhm.
and Birdcage
Hmm.
and Robin Williams, and I don't know why that.
Have you watched the original?
Yes.
Like, I mean, maybe it was you who told me about it years ago, but I remember my wife and I watched it, and we were like, "What is this?" And
it's
it wasn't bad, but
it's
it wasn't great either.
yeah. But nor was Birdcage. It wasn't.
What?
It wasn't.
It's a classic.
Okay. You guys tell us.
Who right in the chat? Who's right?
Yeah.
Birdcage, yes. Birdcage, no.
Yeah, Birdcage now. What's Siskel and Ebert? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Regent
Yes.
announced, so Regent Seven Seas Cruises announced that they are revealing a new class of ships. So this kind of goes along with the Viking adding 2 ships. This is about more new ships, not only with Regent Seven Seas, but with the parent company, the family of brands, NCL and Oceania. But they're doing a new class of ship, and it's Seven Seas Prestige, and enter service in 2026, so not too far away.
No.
The second ship will come in 2029. Regent, what you said, Evan? You said how long was it since the last? 16 years since they.
2016.
I mean, it's a smaller cruise line,
8
but
years, 2016.
people love it. In fact, you're going on Regent in
Just a few months.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
And
Never sailed on Regent, so it'll be a treat.
And I just can you pronounce the shipyard where it's being built?
Okay.
Yeah, because I really did a bad job.
Oh, see, it's the C's in Italian that always trip me up, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Fincantieri.
Ooh.
That's my guess.
You did much better than I did. I was adding a lot of additional syllables that didn't need to be there. Anyway, people love Regent, and the fact that they're growing, as well as all the whole Norwegian cruise line family is growing. Again, another indicator that cruising is not cooling off. The inventory will be there. Maybe the pricing will adjust with more inventory.
Yeah.
Just the demand. I mean, that's always going to move back and forth, but cruising is good.
Yeah.
Now, taking a break from all this.
Okay.
We have been trying to bring postcards back. We're bringing postcards back. So if you are traveling anywhere, please send us a postcard to read out on the air. Love Travel, Live Travel, 70 Mansell Court, Suite 100, Roswell, Georgia, 30076. And if you do, then we'll add you to our wall of postcards.
What do we have today?
So we have one from Silver Sea Nova.
Ooh.
So I just want to say, I think our travel partner friends are catching on to the postcard game that we've got going on, because I think they're feeding this into the show, like brought to you by Silver Sea Nova. So Kelly sent us this, and she said, Josh, you said you decorate the office with postcards. Add us to the wall. This is Kelly from Silver Sea. Hope you're doing well. So much fun spending time with you at Asta in Dallas.
I love it.
So we might need to start charging advertising.
We have a big group of advisors on the Nova right now.
Right now. Yes.
Right now.
Right now. So if you are watching us on the Nova, hi, wish you were there. Cannot wait to see the photos. But yeah, so thank you, Kelly, for sending a postcard in.
It's a good-looking ship.
And what did you say?
It's a good-looking ship.
Oh, I thought you said something else. So did producer Paul.
Come on. Come on. Class it up.
I was like, this not live show is...
Evan, do you have a beep sound effect? Beep! It's YouTube. You can say what you want.
Oh, yeah, you totally can. So please send us your postcards.
Keep it PG.
Back in the day, you'd grab a bunch of postcards, especially if you were on an itinerary and going all over the place, like Egypt, Tanzania, like you'd be dropping them in at the trading posts. I'm just saying.
Trading posts?
No, I've not been to Africa. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, Kelly, and we will put it up on the wall. We have a fun story.
Okay.
So there's a new micro trend, which I've never even heard of a micro trend. What does that mean? I think that means baby trend. Like we're not sure if it's a full-on trend.
It means a few morons are doing it, but it's no one else really.
So
good clickbait for story.
Not doing anything on a
Mhm.
flight other than watching the flight path. Is that odd or odd behavior or no? So a 26-year-old Londoner named West um, uh, went viral in May when he posted about his decision to forego any entertainment and pass a 7-hour trip watching the flight map. Would you ever do this? To which I said I do it because I don't want any more.
That's all you do is just stare at the screen.
I mean, I
Intentionally.
fall asleep. I fall asleep, but
Okay, that's reasonable.
I could choose not to turn it on at all, and I specifically turn it on.
Oh, I keep it on. Well,
Yeah.
but I'll be doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, just this idea of I'm just going to intently stare at the
Yes.
flight map for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's not even that interesting. Like you'd think they would
No.
like pop up some more stories.
It
Somebody's trying to reach you even when we're not live. They're trying to reach you during the show. Just so you guys, if you've just
Let's
tuned
see.
in, I constantly have to deal with this. I'm working with him, and then all
the
of a sudden
work conditions
he's
that you have to endure.
he's like,
So I don't know. You know what I really have a bigger beef with though with the flight maps
Mhm.
is even within an airline you'll get different styles based
Yeah.
on when the system was installed, right?
Yeah.
And there's one of them. It's like one of the older ones
Okay.
that like forces this like slideshow on you of changing views.
Yes.
Like once I find the view that I like, brother, just
let
keep
me
it there,
let
man.
me stay there. I don't need the variety.
Right. I don't care where Wabasha is. I mean, I do. If you live in Wabasha, I love it. It's fantastic. But you get my point. Like, if I'm looking at the altitude, don't bring me back to the map of Paris.
Right.
Hey, can I get an amen?
Amen. But yeah, girl. You got a yeah, girl. I don't know what plane I was on, and just put the flight path map on, and all of a sudden it had your front camera view.
Yes, I love those.
I was like, all right, pretty cool.
We know what I used to love, and I don't know of an airline that still does it.
Mhm.
I think there are a couple, but where you can listen to the air traffic control in the cockpit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they used to do that. There was a channel on the little
on the headset
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That
I
was
forgot
always
all about that.
Yeah.
I would like them though. I wish Disney would get involved and do the cockpit as it was like the Millennium Falcon. Like, do you know what I mean? Like Chewbacca's there and Han Solo is flying the plane.
Wait, what?
Well,
Like you want Disney to have an airline?
no, I want Disney to like partner with Delta.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm looking out, I'm looking through the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Why
Oh, you
can't
mean
I
like
say
on your
it? I keep-
screen, like a
Yeah,
fake?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like having a guy dressed up as Chewie in the cockpit.
No, I don't want.
What are we talking about?
I don't
here?
want them to be encumbered at all. I want full vision.
So
and-
but you want like a fun like simulated.
Yeah,
view
yeah,
of-
yeah. And I want occasionally to see like one of those Naboo cruisers kind
And
of go
Harrison Ford will
by.
turn around and be like, "Hey,"
Yeah, yeah. That's what I want.
and Chewie go, "Yeah."
Yeah. All right. So we started a segment last week that was terrifying, and it was a part of a new thing where I don't know. There's like a GeoGuessr type thing that a game that you can play, but we asked our producer Evan to find photos of a destination.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put it up on screen. It's the destination time.
Play along in the chat.
Yes. Play along in the chat.
Here we go. How good are we, Joshua? This makes me nervous. I gotta say,
It does, because last week
We do not know the answer. Just so you...
I want to clarify. We
Yeah.
did not know what the answer was, and Evan said, "Oh, you guys will totally get this."
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm
oh,
like,
this is easy.
"No, I don't," and I started really sweating. So fortunately, you threw out some names, and so here we go. Evan, producer Evan, what do we have?
Christmas.
Do
we have more, or is this the only photo?
It's on a loop, I guess.
Okay, that picture looks nothing like the first picture. Go back to the first picture.
I think producer Evan needs to understand how this game is going to work. Like, okay, there's some.
Okay.
I mean, I think it looks Germany-ish here.
Germany, Switzerland,
But then this,
Austria.
yeah, this is kind of.
But then we have.
Is that like 2 stories there? Wait a minute. All right, so
Are these all we got to go on?
yeah, I mean he is
Okay, but the other one was just like a steeple in the middle of nowhere.
right, and now we're in the city. So we are with mountains. So do we think that's the, okay? So
all right,
come back to us. Do you have a guess?
Can you wait? Go back to the.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a building in the woods.
I'm not giving up.
Okay. I mean, there's
Go
definitely
back to the
cable
first one.
cars.
Okay, this is not a big place.
Well, that is not. I feel like I've seen this in horror movies.
Are both of the subjects of both photos in the same place, or are they separated?
It's the same country.
Same country.
Oh my gosh, he can't do that. Producer Evan just said the same country. Okay, so I'm gonna say.
So we're looking for a country now. Okay. Well.
I mean, it has kind of Italian vibes.
Now. Oh, good Lord, Evan. Okay, now go there.
I mean, that's kind of okay. So we do have. What are you gonna say? Since it's a country, it's. I mean, we're Europe.
I'm guessing
for sure.
Switzerland or Austria, but it could be others.
Okay.
If we're wrong, we'll just delete the segment.
Would you say you said Switzerland or Austria, and I'm gonna say Germany.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Very well could be.
Slovenia. You are not gonna do this again, Evan.
Slovenia?
Explain why it's Slovenia.
I have no idea.
Joshua knows. Because we've been talking about it a lot.
Evan, so if you can't hear producer Evan, he said Joshua knows because we've been talking about it a lot. And producer Evan, I'm going to tell you that you remember things and I don't. So I don't remember.
Let me ask you this, Joshua. In the past week alone, how many different countries or destinations have come up in conversation?
Oh, definitely.
Maybe 1,000?
Yeah, in fact, we were in a meeting yesterday with like 57, and Slovenia I don't even think was
Slovenia
even
was not on
it.
the list.
So
well, I hope somebody out there got it.
Yeah.
You are better than we. That was a tough one, Evan. We even asked Evan yesterday, Evan, is this one going to be hard? It's like, nah, I think Evan can get it.
And then he said, oh, but I do it so when you guess, you'll be like, when you get it, then you'll be like, you know why we did it. I think we need cities, and then if we can't get the exact city, at least we can get the country. But if you're gonna say country, I was like, how are these?
The
two
whole time I was
places together?
thinking for a city, and it's a country.
All right, well that was fun. All right, so we were looking through just different conversations with or questions from members of our network, and thought we'd bring one of or statements, whatever. But one of them that we thought we would talk about just for a moment was someone had asked, when searching for a cruise, is there a preferred portal to search for bonuses and perks like onboard credits, and any tips for finding applicable promos? And while, of course, within our community of advisors and agency owners, everybody shares their thoughts, we thought we would jump in and say...
Well, I mean, look, no matter, if you're part of our network, certainly Travelport Cruise is a great first step or first place to go if you're looking for cruises, you're looking to compare rates across itineraries. If you're not part of our network, perhaps your agency has a type of product like that can allow you to compare different sailings. But the key thing is seeing all the rate codes and all the group inventory. And
well, no, I was going to say, it's not just comparing itineraries. You can compare multiple cruise lines. Whereas when you are going to specific cruise lines, you are only seeing compare and contrast between that line.
Right.
So that's what I love about Travelport Cruise.
Yeah. And you can book in it, or you can use it as to do your research, and book elsewhere, like on the cruise line site. Yeah, I would just as soon book in the tool, and then you can manage some of the other things after the fact on the cruise line site if you need to. But it's all one stop shop, so to speak.
Yeah. And stay tuned into things like we have our Pro Portal where our partner relations team, producer Paul and Christopher, who are constantly adding lots of different, not only promos but incentives that go along with bookings. So
right, could be booking incentives or X-Fam experiences or all kinds of things.
Yes.
Yep.
X-Fam. Okay.
X-Fam is where it's at.
That's
X
where
marks the spot.
That's where some of our members are right now on the Silver Sea
That's right.
Nova. So we got a little bit of time left.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to hit from the news? You got the stack of news. So I like to have my CNN cards.
The only thing, just a question, and you guys, we don't even need to talk about it. You can just chat amongst yourselves. If you got onto an airplane and the window, the glass, was held together with a big piece of black tape, would you be concerned? I'll leave that question to you.
And we didn't just come up with that. That's actually a story. So yeah, I think that producer Paul said he's just ripping the tape off.
I don't know if we can see, but here's the picture.
Yeah, that when people talk about it's held together with duct tape.
Yeah,
I'm really not prepared for my
actually,
plane.
I am going to talk about this because here's the worst part of this story. So not only was the window kind of held together with tape, when the person complained about it, the flight attendant said they were overreacting. It's fine, So then, what does the person do? If that was the situation, you were freaked out. Flight attendant says it's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Would you react by then slowly peeling more of it off of the window, as this brilliant individual is doing? No. That to me was the most shocking part about this story.
No.
Like, if you were freaked out, why would you do that? Unbelievable.
Nummy. You know what? It takes a village. And sometimes
and a village idiot. Did I steal your punchline?
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, fun show. I'm sorry that we weren't able to do it live, but hopefully you will have had a blast, whether you are watching this on demand or you're listening to this on the podcast.
It's been fun to be with you.
Yes.
On recording, and fun to be with you live, Joshua.
Yes, and
I'll be gone for the next 2 weeks, so
have fun.
Be nice to whoever you have sitting next to you.
Yes. Have fun on your trip and make sure you take loads of photos.
I will.
We expect a video essay, like
essay.
like an evening news magazine. This is Love Travel, Live Travel, and we've got a reporter
field
and
correspondent.
That's where I was going. I was trying.
You got to get to it faster.
I know.
Let's
I need to. Always with you. Speed up. I need to take a while to circle the airport before I land. All right.
Do close this out.
Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you are having an amazing time right now. And if not, I hope we brought at least a couple of smiles to your face. We look forward to spending more time with you in the future, but please like and subscribe and ring that bell notification on YouTube. And, maybe share the show with friends of yours who have also chosen to they love travel so much that they're living it. And join the Live Travel show. All right. So until next time, take care of yourself so we can take care of each other. We'll see you real soon. Bye now.
So much information from the suppliers and the new stuff happening with our host agency and networking with the suppliers and other fellow travel agents. This really motivates me to go to these events and just see the success that people are having and learning about new products. As a home-based agent, you have the tools there in front of you, but it's so much better in person. Just you see so much more. You can talk to so many different people in person. And just, sitting at the round tables for the meals, you're networking as well.
Anytime someone invests into an event like this, and Travel Quest World is incredible, is I think they don't realize how busy their days normally are, and they don't have time for education. They don't have time for networking, and that's really where their business can grow the most. The ideas that have been spread around here, the things I've learned even from other vendors.
So this is the moment we've been waiting for. These are our nominees for Monarch Agency of the Year. This year's winner, Alan Russell.